Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name is Fletcher and it's another amazing Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for our weekly sales video. This week's deals are absolutely packed with some fantastic AAA games, along with some insane indie gems as part of the Idea Xbox sale. I've handpicked 20 incredible games for you to check out today, and all of them are at their lowest price points ever guaranteed. Before we dive in though, a quick reminder, don't forget to enter our weekly Xbox game giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and just leave a comment below about what you're playing, what games you're looking to pick up, or just anything Xbox related. Congratulations to last week's winner. Be sure to hit me up on our awesome Discord server to claim your prize. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive right into these deals. First up, we have a great deal on RoboCop Rogue City, and primarily the Alex Murphy edition. This game puts you in the legendary role of Alex Murphy, the half-man, half-machine enforcer of justice in old Detroit. This first-person shooter delivers gritty, hard-hitting combat, an immersive storyline, and an atmosphere that feels ripped straight from the classic films. Every gunfight here is very intense, with powerful shooting mechanics that make you feel like a true cyborg law enforcer. Whether you're blasting enemies apart with the Auto 9 or interrogating criminals, the game captures the essence of the franchise just so perfectly. At 80% off this week, bringing the price down to just £11.99, is the perfect time to grab this gem of a game. Roguebook is a game that you may not have heard of before. It's a fresh take on the deck building genre, blending classic roguelike mechanics with a living book that constantly evolves as you play. I loved this game when I originally played it back on Google Stadia, and I heavily recommend it if you haven't played it already. The game is co-created by Magic the Gathering's Richard Garfield, and it features a dual hero system, allowing players to mix and match different abilities for incredibly deep strategic play. Every run in this game presents new challenges with procedurally generated maps, ensuring endless replayability. The deluxe edition adds even more content, including exclusive hero skins, card backs, and an additional playable character, expanding your tactical options. At just £2.09 with a 90% discount, this is one of the best value deck builders available right now, and if you enjoy games like Slay the Spire, you definitely won't want to miss this one. The Ascent is a cyberpunk RPG that blends twin-stick shooting with deep RPG mechanics and stunning visuals. Set in a corporate-controlled dystopia, the game throws you into a brutal fight for survival as an indentured worker abandoned by their overlords. To make it out alive here, you'll be upgrading your cybernetic abilities, acquiring devastating high-tech weapons, and battling your way through crime-ridden districts filled with deadly enemies. One of the Ascent's strongest features though is its co-op mode, really allowing you to experience this neon-soaked action alongside your friends. Whether you're diving into the campaign solo or teaming up in multiplayer, the engaging combat and RPG depth made this one of the best cyberpunk experiences on Xbox consoles. With 80% off, you can grab this incredible game for just under £5, a deal that's just too good to pass up. If you've ever wanted to experience some intense space combat with a roguelike twist, then EVERSPACE is a game that I heavily recommend to you. This action-packed space shooter combines thrilling dogfights, a compelling progression system, and a beautifully designed universe for you to explore. As you pilot your customizable starship, you'll be engaging in high-speed battles, while scavenging for resources and slowly uncovering the secrets of the game's narrative. Death isn't the end in EVERSPACE though. Instead, every single run allows you to improve your ship, upgrade your different weapons, and also refine your skills before heading back into the vast, unpredictable galaxy. With fluid controls and exhilarating combat, this game is perfect for both casual and hardcore space shooter fans. At 85% off, bringing the price down to just £2.24 is an absolute steal. If you're into Lovecraftian horror and detective gameplay, The Sinking City delivers an experience like none other out there. Set in a partially flooded, nightmarish 1920s city plagued by supernatural occurrences, you'll play as a private investigator called Charles Reed, a man who is haunted by disturbing visions. Unlike traditional detective games in the genre, The Sinking City doesn't guide you with waypoints. Instead, you must examine different clues, interrogate suspects, and draw your own conclusions, leading to multiple possible outcomes. The game's eerie open world is filled with tons of side quests, cosmic horror elements, and terrifying encounters that truly immerse you in its unsettling atmosphere. The Necronomicon edition brings extra quests, some exclusive outfits, and other in-game bonuses, making this deal even sweeter. Normally, this game is priced much higher, but this edition is now down to just £5.37 with a massive 90% discount this week, and that's an incredible price for such a unique horror adventure. Keeping in that horror theme, up next we have Alan Wake 2. This game delivers an atmospheric psychological horror experience that surpasses its predecessor in every single way. Developed by Remedy Entertainment, the sequel builds on the eerie, suspenseful storytelling that made the first game such a cult classic. Players this time around will still take on the role of Alan Wake, trapped in a nightmarish alternative reality, while FBI agent Saga Anderson investigates a series of ritualistic murders. The game does feature some pretty stunning visuals, some tight survival horror gameplay, and a really cool, gripping dual protagonist narrative that really keeps you on the edge of your seat. At 50% off this week, bringing the price down to just $24.99, this is the best time to dive into one of the most critically acclaimed horror games of the last year. I highly recommend you dive into this one as soon as possible, as this is only the second time it's been on discount down to this price point. I think it's safe to say that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the biggest surprises in superhero gaming. It was unfortunately overshadowed by Marvel's Avengers, and for very good reason, but Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is an absolute hidden gem that you need to try out. Unlike the Avengers game, this one focuses purely on a single-player, story-driven adventure, where you will step into the boots of Star-Lord and lead the ragtag Guardians on a hilarious action-packed ride across the galaxy. The game really nails that dynamic between the team members, offering engaging banter, meaningful choices, and a surprisingly heartfelt story. Combat, as you come to expect in a Guardians of the Galaxy game, is very fluid, allowing you to command your different team in battles, using special abilities, and also unlocking some pretty cool upgrades. The 85% discount this week brings the price down to just £9, making this one of the best value action-adventure games you can grab right now. For fans of tactical shooters, I highly recommend that you pick up Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, as it offers a satisfying blend of stealth, long-range shooting, and open-ended mission design. At just £5.24 after an 85% discount, it really is the perfect opportunity to test your skills in the ultimate sniper experience. Essentially, in this game as an elite sniper, you'll be taking on different contracts in a variety of sandbox-style maps, really giving you the freedom to complete objectives in tons of multiple ways. The game features realistic ballistics, meaning factors like wind and bullet chop really do impact your shots, adding depth to just every single engagement. Whether you prefer ghosting through levels unseen or just eliminating enemies from a mile away, Sniper Ghost Warriors Contracts offers such a rewarding challenge. Now, I know this game got a bit of flack on launch, and for very good reason, and it still is only 30 FPS on the Xbox Series consoles, which is pretty disappointing. But at just £6.49 this week and at 90% off, Gotham Knights is well worth picking up. This game puts you in control of Batman's proteges, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and Robin, as they step up to protect Gotham following the Dark Knight's apparent demise. While it's not part of the Arkham series, the game still really does deliver a strong open world experience with some pretty deep RPG mechanics. It also has some pretty cool and engaging combat, and a compelling story that really does explore Gotham's criminal underworld. Whether you're fighting street gangs or just uncovering the secrets of the Court of Owls, there really is plenty to do in this dark, atmospheric world. The game also features some pretty cool drop-in, drop-out co-op, allowing you to team up with a friend online, and that really is the best way to play it. Again, this is a massive 90% discount this week, and is a fantastic deal for Batman fans and action RPG enthusiasts. I think it's safe to say that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is often regarded as one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and with very good reason, and I can certainly say is easily in my top 10 games of all time list. This complete edition this week is now 80% off at just £6.99, and includes the base game along with both massive expansions, that being Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, giving you well over 150 hours of content to dive into. Of course, in these games, you'll be playing as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter navigating a war-torn world filled with political intrigue, supernatural threats, and deeply personal stories. The game's world is very vast here, its characters are incredibly memorable, and its combat is deep and rewarding. Whether you're exploring the bustling city of Novigrad, or just uncovering the mysteries of the Wild Hunt, this is an RPG that really does define its genre. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you prefer Triss or Yennefer, and you'll only know if you play this game. Again, this is 80% off this week, dropping it down to just under £7, and is an absolute steal for anyone who hasn't yet experienced its absolute masterpiece. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition is the definitive way to experience one of gaming's most beloved sci-fi trilogies. I know this game is currently on Xbox Game Pass, but if you don't have the subscription, then it's well worth picking up this amazing collection. This collection actually includes all 3 Mass Effect games, fully remastered with enhanced visuals, smoother gameplay, and improved character models. In this game, you will step into the boots of Commander Shepard, making crucial decisions that impact the fate of the galaxy while building relationships with an unforgettable cast of characters. All of the single-player DLCs included, you get well over 100 hours of epic storytelling and action-packed combat. The choice-driven gameplay really ensures that every playthrough feels unique, with decisions carrying consequences across all 3 games. It's quite easy to see why people hold BioWare in such high regard, even though with their recent flop recently with the Veilguard, but really the Mass Effect collection is where they truly shined. Whether you're a long-time fan or just a newcomer, this is the best way to experience one of gaming's most iconic series. At 90% off, bring the price down to just £6, this is an unbelievable bargain for one of the best RPG experiences ever made. With a 60% discount this week, bringing it down to just £8.39, this is the perfect time to experience the masterpiece known as Hades. It's a fast-paced roguelike dungeon crawler that really took the gaming world by storm, and for very good reason. It's developed by Supergiant Games, and Hades puts you in the role of Zagreus, the rebellious son of Hades, as he fights his way out of the underworld using an arsenal of divine weapons and blessings from the gods of Olympus. Every run in this game is different, thanks to its procedurally generated dungeons and a variety of different powers that really allow for some unique playstyles. The game's incredible narrative, with its fluid combat and gorgeous art style, make it one of the best indie games of all time. What really set Hades apart though is its dynamic storytelling. Every single death feels like part of the journey, with characters reacting and evolving as you progress and die. If you've ever wanted to play a game where failure makes you stronger, then this is the one for you. Temtem is a creature collection MMO that takes inspiration from classic Pokemon games while adding fresh multiplayer elements. In the world of Temtem, you will be exploring vibrant islands, catch and train creatures, and battle other tamers in strategic turn-based combat. What sets Temtem apart though is its fully online world, allowing players to actually team up, trade, and compete in PvP battles. Unlike traditional monster collecting games, Temtem has a challenging difficulty curve that really does require careful strategy. It really makes it great for players looking for a more tactical approach other than games like Power World. With regular updates, seasonal events, and a dedicated player base, there's always something new to discover in this game. Normally priced much higher, Temtem is now just $11.99, thanks to a 70% discount in this sale, and it makes it such a great pick for fans of creature collection adventures. The Entropy Centre is a mind-bending first-person puzzle game that plays like a mix of Portal and The Witness, and you've probably never heard of it before. You take on the role of a scientist navigating an abandoned space station, solving time reversal puzzles using a futuristic device that lets you rewind objects. The game's puzzle design is absolutely brilliant here, really requiring players to think in reverse as they manipulate objects and environments just to progress. As you uncover the station's mysteries, the game really delivers an engaging narrative full of many twists and turns, and also philosophical questions. The pacing is excellent, really keeping you engaged while gradually increasing the complexity of the different puzzles. If you love puzzle games that really challenge your thinking while offering an immersive sci-fi story, the Entropy Centre is a hidden gem. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania brings the chaotic arcade-style fun of the classic Super Monkey Ball games, now with modern graphics and improved controls, and you can pick it up this week at 75% off. You'll be guiding your monkey through wild obstacle courses, collecting different bananas, and racing against the clock in over 300 different levels. The game also features a variety of different party modes, making it perfect for playing with friends and your family. In addition to the classic challenge mode, Banana Mania also includes beloved minigames like Monkey Target, Monkey Bowling, and Monkey Golf, offering many hours of multiplayer fun. The controls of course feel smoother than ever before, really allowing for precise movement and tight gameplay. Whether you're a long-time fan of this series like myself, or if you're just new to it, the fast-paced gameplay and physics-based challenges make for such an addicting experience. Now, I wanted to highlight this next indie gem as Afterparty is a darkly comedic adventure game where you will play as 2 recently deceased friends, Milo and Lola, who find themselves in hell. The only way for them to escape is to outdrink Satan himself in an absurd booze-fueled quest. Developed by the creators of Oxenfree, Afterparty features witty dialogue, hilarious interactions with demons and lost souls, and a dynamic drinking system where different cocktails give you unique dialogue options. The game's vibrant neon-lit underworld is packed with loads of secrets here, making each playthrough feel different. In addition to its sharp writing though, the game really does offer multiple endings based on your choices, adding to its replayability. The branching narrative also ensures that your actions have consequences, making each decision feel impactful. At 80% off and bringing the price down to just £3.34 is an absolute steal for fans of narrative-driven adventures with a comedic twist. Wavetale is a beautifully animated adventure game that combines fast-paced platforming with fluid water-based traversal. In this game, you play as Sigrid, a young girl who discovers she can walk on water thanks to a mysterious shadow beneath the waves. The game features such an emotional narrative, some stunning hand-drawn visuals, and a relaxing yet exhilarating movement system that really makes exploration such a joy. Combat really does play a minor role though in this experience, but the focus is on a fluid movement and discovery system, creating such an experience that feels almost meditative. Along the way, you'll be encountering some eccentric characters, solving different environmental puzzles, and uncovering the hidden past of Sigrid's world. I know I've played this game back on Google Stadia when it was actually an exclusive to that platform, and it's well worth diving into this indie experience. It's now available at just £6.24 with a 75% discount, and this is a must-try for fans of atmospheric adventure games, especially if you want something truly unique. Another game I highly recommend you pick up this week, as it's 60% off and dropping the price to just under £7, and is a great pick for those looking for a narrative-driven horror experience, is none other than GYLT. This is a horror adventure game with a strong focus on storytelling, and it's developed by Tequila Works, the same team behind Rime. Set in a haunting, dreamlike town, you will follow a young girl searching for her missing cousin while avoiding some pretty terrifying creatures lurking in the shadows. The game blends psychological horror with stealth mechanics, offering a mix of puzzle solving and tense hide-and-seek gameplay. Unlike many horror games out there, GYLT's fear factor comes from its unsettling atmosphere than outright jump scares, making it so much more approachable for a wider audience. The game also weaves in themes of bullying and emotional trauma, making for a deeper, more meaningful narrative. With an art style that's very reminiscent of classic animated horror films, GYLT is an eerie yet accessible game, making it such a great entry point for players who want a spooky experience without excessive scares. This next deal is easily my highlight of this week, and at just under £1 with an insane 95% discount, this is easily one of the best deals on Xbox right now. Battlefield 1 takes players back to World War I, delivering one of the most immersive and cinematic first-person shooter experiences in this series, and I have to say it's probably one of the most highly regarded in the Battlefield series in general. With large-scale battles, destructible environments, and an engaging single-player war stories mode, the game really captures that brutal and chaotic nature of early 20th century warfare. The war stories were quite great but a bit short, and historically inspired campaigns from different perspectives. But multiplayer obviously remains a highlight in this experience. It features massive 64-player battles across varied locations, from muddy trenches to war-torn cities. The addition of dynamic weather effects and ever-changing battlegrounds with the behemoths make every match feel fresh and engaging. Battlefield 1 remains one of the best entries in this franchise, so it's well worth picking up if you want fluid gunplay, vehicle combat, and intense team-based gameplay. Then finally, Bramble the Mountain King is a dark fantasy adventure that draws inspiration from Nordic folklore, telling the tale of a boy venturing into a haunting world filled with mythical creatures. The game features some stunning visuals, eerie environments, and a mix of puzzle solving, platforming, and intense encounters with giant monsters. Its storytelling is deeply atmospheric here though, blending beauty with terror in a way that feels both magical but unsettling. Each creature in the game is actually inspired by Scandinavian legends, with some offering guidance while others pose some deadly threats. The game's blend of that exploration and cinematic horror make for such a gripping experience that keeps you on the edge of your seat. If you love games like Inside or Little Nightmares, Bramble offers a similarly gripping experience with a unique folklore-inspired twist. At 70% off this week, bringing the price down to just £7.50, this is a fantastic deal for fans of atmospheric, story-driven adventures. So, what game are you going to pick up in this latest Xbox sale? Let me know down below, and don't forget to comment to enter in our weekly game giveaway. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss these sales videos and all the other Xbox content I post every single day. Whilst here, why don't you check out my most recent video as I covered the 20 brand new Game Pass games coming this March and beyond.